What up, comic bros? Super duper Sean, and today we talking about Kraven the Hunter because it just dropped in theaters December 13th, and I'm fresh out the theater and I want to share my thoughts on the movie. But before I get into that, I need y'all to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and if you love it, sub it. If you hate it, fake it and sub it anyway. So let's get into it. The movie was not as bad as everybody says it was, man. I seen the score on Rotten Tomatoes. It was like a 15%, I think, when I seen it. And I'm just like, what? Are you serious? I think there's a lot of hate coming. I think there's a lot of hate. I seen Fandom Wire give it a 4 out of 10. I think I seen IGN give it a 5, and I'm like, yo, this movie is not that bad. Now let me tell y'all the truth. Big Duper gonna tell the truth. If I was to rate this movie, this film gets a 7.5 out of 10. It was not bad at all. It was not. I love what they did with Kraven by taking the character and making him more of protector of the wildlife, protector of the land. When it comes to the CGI, it was not that great, but it was not horrible. But you could definitely look at these animals and tell that they weren't real. And there's been a lot of movies that I've seen CGI animals that look so real. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they actually sometimes they make people look younger. You know what I mean? So I'm like, they could have done better with the CGI, but I'm not gonna hate on it too hard because there was other stuff in the movie that was great. The way they filmed Kraven traversing across the screen was phenomenal. I loved it. Him scaling walls, him running through the jungle. That stuff was amazing. Calypso, the actress they got to play Calypso, woo! Smoking knockout. You know what I mean? Hey, smoking knockout. That film almost deserved a 10 just for casting her. Now I'm just playing. I ain't gonna go that far, but she actually did a great Calypso. She played a great Calypso. Rhino was kind of a downside. He was kind of a downside because I really didn't like the actor in human form. I felt like the human form did not match the Rhino. It did not match the Rhino at all. And anybody who's a fan of Spider-Man knows the Rhino. And once you hear the Rhino's going to be in the movie, you're going to automatically think back to the cartoon, think back to his personality, think back to his body type. And what they give you is just so far off that it's kind of hard to respect it. But I get it. It is animated and this is live action. So there are going to be big differences. But I did appreciate that they did bring a villain that was kind of known and brought him to the big screen for Kraven to battle with. And also the fight scenes in Kraven the Hunter are well done. I really had a good time watching the fight scenes. They were awesome. The fight scenes had Kraven looking like a real superhero. I was like, damn. The only gripe I had is that he wasn't fighting in his normal superhero gear that we are accustomed to seeing him in when he does battles with people like Spider-Man. So the film basically kicks off with Russell Crowe, his father, showing him how to be a hunter. You know, his dad was a poacher, hunting these exotic animals for no reason, not for food, not for anything but to mount them on his wall. One day, while he's out hunting with his father, a lion attacks a young Sergey, a young Kravenov, takes him back to like his nest and is getting ready to feast on him. Before he could feast on him, Calypso comes out of nowhere, feeds him the hunter potion, and that's when he powers up and takes off and his true journey begins. And he starts to protect the wildlife, the homelands, away from the poachers and the people that want to come there, do the animals harm. And Kraven is not going for it. Yo, this movie is a little gory at sometimes. I'm talking about, there's this one scene where Kraven takes a saber tooth, like a Tifa from a saber tooth, neck jugs it, and it's just I mean, there's a lot of blood and gore in this movie, way more than I expected. Way more. I was like, okay, Kraven means freaking business. He means business. Aaron Taylor did a great job acting as him. That's one thing I want to say. He did a great job. He is Kraven. I believed him. I believed that he was the hunter. No one could stop this man. So that was dope. People said that the film seemed uninspired. I would say that's not true. I would say that was not true. I feel like for what they could do with it, I feel like they did the most with what they had. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at the end, you get the reveal. You get the chameleon reveal. Like, chameleons in this thing. Like, I was so happy to see chameleon, bro. Like, now, I'm not going to tell you who was chameleon or anything like that. But yes, I just want to drop that gem in there. You will see chameleon in the Kraven movie. And, yo, it was dope. The way they snuck it in was fire. And it made me just think about a Sinister Six movie. How fire that would be, man. How fire that would be. I think they made the most of it. Taking a Spider-Man villain and not have him to take a Spider-Man villain and not have him interact with Spider-Man at all. Make a film about him. That is pretty difficult. That is pretty difficult because we've never seen Kraven without seeing Spider-Man, you know? He's a Spider-Man villain. So I think they did the best with what they had, and I was very much entertained. Very much entertained. Will I watch it again? Yeah, I'll give it another shot. I probably would watch it again. I give this movie a 7.5 out of 10. This is my off the head, fresh out the theater review. I'm your boy, Super Duper Deuces.